Alright guys, today we're going to talk about the Kipping Ring Dip. So the Kipping Ring Dip, for some reason, is a little bit more puzzling, a little bit harder to grasp than some of the other movements as far as kipping, such as pull-ups and handstand push-ups. So when we're doing pull-ups and handstand push-ups, everything's moving together. So so you're kipping, you're driving, your hips, momentum is moving forward, you're pulling. And then same thing with handstand push-ups, you're down, you're pushing against the ground, your hips are driving towards the ceiling, you're moving in the same direction. With the ring dip, it's the opposite. So when you're trying to hit that extension or that lockout, you're pushing down, and instead of pushing down and the legs going with you, you're actually pulling the legs into your chest to provide that kip or that weightlessness. So instead of everything fluidly moving forward or handstand push-ups moving upward there, you're actually working opposite. And so that's, I think, where people kind of lose, or that disconnect is. So what needs to happen in the ring dip in order to make that kip happen or that weightlessness happen is that when you're doing your ring dip at the bottom, the legs have to be straight, and then what happens is you're pressing into that lockout, or when you push into that lockout, you want to pull the knees into the chest. What we generally tend to see is that people want to come down with bent legs, and then as they're locking out, they're pushing their legs into extension, and all you're doing is working against yourself. So you're trying to push yourself upward to a lockout. All your momentum and all of your power is shooting towards the ground, trying to pull you back down. Okay, so I'll kind of show you both. So we'll go over what the actual kipping ring dip should look like, and then what we tend to see in the ring dip. Okay. So that's the kipping ring dip, everything driving up, pushing down. This is what we tend to see. So, as you can see, a little bit more difficult. One looks a little bit more fluid. You can actually kind of see the hop, the extension. The second one, everything is pushing down, and I'm working and kind of fighting against gravity. So, with this movement, I kind of tell everybody to start practicing or working on a more static movement. So if your gym has parallel bars, that would be perfect. Or if you have dip bars, like on your rig, that you can set high enough so that your legs can be extended. If not, you can stack up boxes, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, since I feel like most gyms would probably have boxes easier to set up than parallel bars or dip bars. Alright, so working with a more static movement, boxes set up high enough so that when you're at the bottom of the dip, you can be fully extended. Just make sure that they're nice, strong, stable boxes, and they're not going to go anywhere. Okay, so again, same thing, just like your ring dip, you're going to start at the top of the lockout. As I lower, I'm going to keep my legs straight, and then I'm going to just pull my knees to the chest. Down, pull to the chest, down, pull to the chest. So, easiest way to start practicing before having to try to stabilize and work the kip at the same time. Again, with any kind of gymnastics movement, especially one that's a little bit more dynamic, requires a little bit of coordination. The best thing is just going to be practice. So when you first start doing this, you're going to feel a little off. It's going to feel weird. The timing's going to be off. But if you just continue to practice, keep doing it. First one's always the hardest. Once you can kind of get a rhythm, it gets a little bit easier after that, obviously, until fatigue sets in. So, all right, guys, so that's your kipping ring dip. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to email me, Jessica@Carhu's or leave a comment in the comment section below. If there's any other videos that you guys want to see, please let me know.